So it's time to start a new setup. I've said in the previous video, this is my first project in a new place. This shallow, long 340 liter tank. I think it's over 100 US gallons. So what we're doing right now is we're water testing this tank, because I bought it, I ordered it several months ago, and I've never actually water tested it, so I don't know whether it leaks, and it seems to be fine because it's been with water for some period of time. As you can see here, I made myself this stand. It's kind of a cabinet type of sink. I've used different panels from an old wardrobe which was in this apartment before, so it's a bit ugly. It's actually very ugly. I painted it, but it still doesn't look any better. There were these places from nails, like this one, which I've tried to cover with those plugs, and it looks even uglier actually. So the solution for this will be these panels here. That's not real wood, that's actually made of styrofoam, but it's actually very good quality. I didn't expect this to be a good quality product. I ordered it on Amazon. I think each of these panels was about 15 pounds, so I thought it will be something potentially dodgy, but it actually looks good, looks very decent, looks like a real wooden panel, and I'm going to cut them and I'm going to use them to cover up all these areas of the stand. I also have doors for the stand. It's kind of the type of doors that will just kind of fit in there, but they will not be on latches or anything of that kind. So I will cover the doors as well, but I will have to order more of this thing, and yeah, I'll cover the sides as well, and hopefully it will look a bit more decent, because I don't mind if this tank was standing somewhere else, but this is our lounge slash living room, and this is supposed to be my main display tank, so I hope that covering the stand with panels will fix the situation. So what's happening with the tank actually? You can see that water is yellow. That's because of all this driftwood. I thought that if I'm water testing the tank, I'll use this opportunity to waterlog all these pieces of driftwood, and actually these 1, 2, 3 pieces of bogwood I bought on eBay, and these are supposed to be oak driftwood. And I didn't know whether it's going to sink straight away or it's going to float, because they're quite massive. You can't see the proper size, but relative to my hand, they are quite massive. But they actually went down for the bottom almost immediately, so there was no need to waterlog them, which is great. But they're still leaching quite a lot of tannins, and not particularly good looking tannins, to be honest. It's kind of a yellowish, kind of a not looking nice type of tannins that they leach. So I'd rather have them leach all these tannins here rather than when I set up the tank. This is one of my older pieces of driftwood, and this is something that I found really interesting. I actually bought it in a terrarium shop. We have a terrarium shop next to our place. So this is a log, kind of a cave type of thing. I think originally it's designed for lizards and snakes and this type of animals, but that's real wood actually. That's a natural thing. It's not made of plastic or anything of that kind, and I thought that would be just perfect for placos. It's going to be perfect for corridors and all sort of fish that will hide in there, so I would absolutely love to use it. But the big problem is that it's cork, so it's floating, it's not sinking at all, and I will probably have to figure out a solution on how to make this attached to something and make sure that it sinks. Okay, so we've already got some riparian plants, which I also bought in a terrarium shop actually. This is Ficus pumila, which is used quite actively in vivariums, terrariums, this kind of things, and I'm planning to kind of use it to grow on top of driftwood above water. This is just the regular pothos. Here we have a collection of dwarf sage from Tropica. I'm hoping to create a nice carpet on the bottom. Boston fern. This is definitely one of my most favorite riparian plants because it grows really well in this type of conditions on top of driftwood with its roots down in water, and it grows really beautiful, and it's a good quality plant, and I'm sure it will do really well. We've got quite a lot of other plants, riparian plants and aquatic plants in here. I've showed you this plant farm before. It has a lot of stuff in there, and I also bought some echinodorus. You can see it's here. Later on I'm going to show you when I plant this echinodorus plants into the fish tank. This is echinodorus polyfolius and echinodorus argentinensis, so they're quite massive plants. There's also a lot of Christmas moss growing on top of various pieces of bogwood in this kind of a really wet conditions. This is how our temporary tank looks like for now. Well, I know it actually looks very Biotope, and that looks very nice actually, quite unexpectedly. Although it has been relatively neglected for quite a few weeks. I bought some Hydrocotyle leucephala, which I'm hoping will start growing in the new setup because I really love it. It can grow both in water and out of water, so it can create really beautiful setups. And I also have some Brazilian moss that grows underwater, which I'm going to use. And so we have here our old fish, cardinal tetras, pencils, and a collection of corridors. So they will be going in this tank here hopefully very soon once I set up this whole situation. I will be using this aquatic compost here as a nutritious layer of soil. This is actually for ponds, but I've used similar things before instead of aquarium soils because it's incomparably cheaper, and it's also quite economic to use, so you can use this bag to literally provide nutritious soil for a tank of this size. Yeah, we'll add it into bags. We also have quite a lot of sand. This is a filter pool sand, which was cheap, and this is a aquarium sand. I don't know whether it will be enough, but we'll see. Yeah, so this is a bit of an update video on what's happening now and the plants, and I'm planning to set up this new project in a step-by-step manner, so I will be filming every step of it, which hopefully would be useful to some of you, particularly beginners who think about creating a Biotope style or Biotope tank with riparian plants, with also with aquatic plants, and with South American fish. So I will try to do it in a bit more detailed manner than I usually do when I try to kind of squeeze everything into one video, but this time I'm trying to kind of split things and do things slower, and to show you every single moment of setting up this riparian Biotope project. So in the next video I will empty this water. I will just pour this water away because I don't really need it. This is just a regular tap water, not dechlorinated, not filtered, not anything. So I will empty the tank, I will wash it, I will start scapening basically in the next video. I will add the sand, I will create the scape, plant riparian plants, lots of different riparian plants, and we'll probably fill it up with water. I will also show you how I will be cycling this tank, and so that's a plan for the next video, and hope you like it, and hope you're as excited about the outcome of this project as I am.